Shithi ngasho nje khona ukuthi khona kuhle kumnandi sikuthola ngoba sizalelwe khona. Inkinga nje ukuthi ama-service awekho. Iy'nsiza kusebenza nje azikho nathi.
I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed with our government because I think they thought for themselves, their families, their relatives, not for everyone.
On Wednesday, President Jacob Zuma replaced Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene, sending the rand to new record lows.
South Africa's second quarter unemployment has risen to 25.6%.
The government was sticking to its claims that HIV does not inevitably cause AIDS.
Alleged police brutality and service delivery protests.
They say these foreigners are taking their jobs and their economic opportunities.
It's a new school term for children in South Africa, but their government's failure to supply textbooks to state schools is worrying teachers.
Students don't accept this. We'll start our own movement. Students must fall.
I don't know how to stop my laughter. Is it hurting?
As a South African, one is constantly confronted with the problems in our society. The problems our country faces are massive and diverse, but they are not insurmountable. Our problems can be solved. What it takes is serious, ethical, authentic, value-driven and dynamic leadership from business and civil society, but most importantly from government and political elites. Because when all is said and done, it is the government of the day that is responsible for the freedom that we can experience. We live in a free and democratic society, although it has become more apparent that true freedom is not a reality for many South Africans. We have all the ingredients for success, but what has been missing is a clear understanding by the majority of South Africans, is that only freedom can lead to prosperity. Fortunately, South Africa does have true freedom that is unhindered by what happens at the top. Our exquisite wilderness, the outdoors, and more specifically, the mountains. And they are closer and more accessible than you think. There's something more to being in the mountains than merely being in nature. I've always found that when I'm in the mountains, there's something so natural and so fulfilling. I've often wondered what it is. It's so natural that I didn't even notice it until it hit me. Freedom. And if only freedom can lead to prosperity, then in the mountains is where we are richest. Material wealth, celebrities, and politics all become irrelevant because in the mountains, you are not only in touch with nature, but you're in touch with yourself too. When you go to the mountains, we are not escaping life, but rather ensuring that life does not escape us. Climbing mountains is never meant to be easy, and that's kind of the point. It's what makes it worth it. By climbing mountains, one learns more about oneself, what your capabilities and limits are, and when you need to adjust. Getting to the summit can be draining. It can be hard work, but there's always a reward. I've found that getting to the summit is so much easier when you do it with someone. Companionship helps us to individually surpass our limits, and that happens when everyone has their sights set on the summit and works together to get there. There's only one feeling that is better than a summit, and that is a summit shared. Because companionship in the mountains teaches us that love really does conquer all. There's something tantalizing when nearing a summit. Maybe just the prospect of all your hard work paying off, or getting the chance to put your feet up for a moment. Although what one realizes when you reach the summit is that even from the highest peaks, one can only better see all the peaks ahead that remain to be climbed. But one approaches those peaks with enthusiasm because you know what it takes in you and with companionship to conquer them. In nature, life is in balance. Humans are not superior to the natural world. We are a part of it. We are linked in with it and rely on it to live fully, to be free, to prosper. Winning means surpassing yourself and turning your dreams into a reality. And if in every walk in nature one receives far more than he seeks, then we as South Africans, with the mountains that we have, and this beautiful country that we call home, are living the dream.